I'm going to be playing Blox Fruits for 100 days to experience how it's like to start Blox Fruits as a noob in 2024. But before that,
The rules are simple.
no spending any Robux, must reach the end of first C. No begging. What is allowed is macros and finding random fruits on the floor. Oh, and did I forget to mention that we will be playing on mobile to simulate any average new Blox Fruit player? So with that in mind, let us begin. Day 1, I spawned in and started our 100-day journey, beating up a couple of bandits. I got the quest and I started the grind. As whoever said, everything starts from somewhere. I repeated this till I was tasked to enter jungle. This was exiting news as my journey to becoming a Blox Fruit Pro has become one step closer. When I arrived, I decided my first order of business was to accept the quest to beat up a bunch of monkeys. The monkeys were first, then the gorillas, then the first boss of our journey, the Gorilla King. But before the Gorilla King, my first fruit was given to me by Simone named Bercel. Even if it was only a smoke fruit, it helped a lot for the early stages. Anyways, the Gorilla King may seem really hard because it is a boss, but fear not, as there is a really cheesy tactic of standing on a ledge, adjust M1 it. Of course, as every other thing in Blox Fruit, we need to beat it multiple times to get the next quest. This led to me beating the gorilla a couple more times until I was told to go to the next island. By day 4, we were already in Pirate Island going against pirates. This led to our next quest being the Brutes. They were basically pirates with maces thought shortly after I gave up and went back to pirates. While I was beating up these bandits, I had a thought to myself on how I am going to structure this challenge. This was important because if I missed any days doing nothing, I could potentially fail my goal of reaching 2nd C. Anyways, by day 5, we reached our second boss of the run, Bobby. He was a ruthless chop user based of Buggy the Clown. In one piece, though. There is also a cheesy tactic of just camping next to the wall. We repeated this a couple of times for levels. By now, I had the idea to roll a fruit, so I returned back to jungle to roll my first fruit. A phoenix for a first roll is extremely lucky, so I was extremely happy. I then made my way to the next island, Desert. As normal, I grinded here till day 9 for levels so I could reach to goal of finishing C1. By now, I decided to grind money at Bobby's area. This is because there are 3 gold chests and 1 platinum chests, plus the extra 5,000 belly from Bobby. After that, I repeated. I went for Bobby and repeated this process a bunch more times. This went on for about 5 more times till I decided to check how much Fishman karate costs just in case I could get it early. To my disappointment, it costs a lot more than I had. So I decided to roll a fruit in despair and possibly give to a new player if I get a bad fruit. I rolled a light and I was planning to eat a light, so I couldn't really give him the fruit. I then flew to Ice Village to start the long grind in Frozen Village. Due to the M1 attack of the light fruit, I was able to destroy all the NPCs standing in my way. I then unlocked Marine Fortress, but decided to roll a fruit first before I go for Marine Fortress. A love fruit for a 3rd roll? First Phoenix, then light, and now love? My luck is insane. Anyways, I then traveled to Marine Fortress and saw my third boss face to face. This could be the hardest I've faced yet.